Showing you the grid as it was at the start of business this morning. Scott Brayton, of course, still on the pole. Nothing changes there than Arie Luyendyk and Scott Goodyear.
Row 2 has Michael Andretti, who was on the front row for day 1. Then he was pushed off by Scott Goodyear. Jacques Villeneuve, second last year. And Big Mo from Brazil, Gugelmin.
In the third row, Robbie Gordon, Scott Pruitt, and Jimmy Vasser.
Row 4, Matt Schuster, exceptional performance from him on Firestone tires. Stan Fox on Firestone, and making it an all Firestone row, Andre Ribeiro.
Ribeiro right now the fastest rookie in the field. The record holder is on the inside of row 5. He still holds the record from '92, Roberto Guerrero. Then Eddie Cheever and Teo Fabi to the outside.
Back to row 6, Paul Tracy, disappointed, but he's very safe. Zampedri, another Firestone runner, and high-speed Brian Herta, who had a monster crash here last week.
Looking further down in the field now, Danny Sullivan to the inside of row 7, the '85 winner. Rookie Jill DeFerrin and Hidesi Matsuda, a sophomore here at the Speedway.
Row 8, Bobby Rahal. His car is now in the hands of Emerson Fittipaldi, his backup car. Bozell has given his backup car to Al Jr. And then the man of the moment with a golden opportunity, he's in John Menard's car, Buddy Lazier.
In the 9th row, Eliseo Salazar to the inside. Adrian Fernandez with a spectacular run yesterday. And Eric Bachelard did pretty good as well, getting in on the outside of the 9th row.
Row 10, Christian Fittipaldi. In the middle, the fastest woman in the world, Lynn St. James. And then the slowest qualifier in the field, Frank himself, that this is quick enough if he just keeps the consistency down through turns 3 and 4. See that apex speed at turn 1, still good. Brings it up a mile an hour again into turn 3. He tries to go flat through turn 3. Loose a bit in the short shoot. Look at the exit speed, 221. Same 221. There's the consistency and the lap speed.
So he took the lap, 4 laps with an average of 225.831 miles an hour. When the run. No.
Oh, drops down just a tad.
Watch for the computation on lap number 3, and the third lap comes up at 226.142. So he was able to pick the speed up, and he's averaging 225.923 miles an hour.
He's home and dry if he can just make one more lap. The tires are obviously good. The stagger does not affect him. Drops down to 221 exiting turn 2. Into 3. Oh, he drops down a mile an hour. Sometimes a driver will back off a little bit if he thinks he's safely in. He'll just make sure, oh, he backs down another bit. That means his exit speed will be a bit slower, 219 down to 218. I still think he's safe.
The average will be critical, though, on whether or not he's on the inside of the last row or the center position. 225.711 for the 4-lap average. That will put him in the center of the 11th and final row. A.J. Foyt now has 2 cars in this field.
Oh, drops down. If he's slow off 4, he's slow down this front straight. This doesn't look like a good lap.
It's decision time for Penske Racing now. The third lap at 224.243 miles an hour, averaging 224.854. Now, will they take this run or wait for the third possible attempt on this car, the last possible attempt? Keeping an eye on the starter, keeping an eye down at the Penske team members at the far end of the pit area as Emerson Fittipaldi tries desperately to make it into the 500 field. Will they take it? Will they take the run? Will they take the run? And they do. The checkered flag flies for Emerson Fittipaldi. He completed the 4th lap at 225.068 miles an hour, averaging 224.907 miles an hour. Emerson Fittipaldi is in the 33rd and final qualifying position. The field at Indianapolis is full. The bumping is ready to begin. Fittipaldi.
This is not a fast lap.
The bubble speed, you see it at 224.432. That's Frank Freon. Third lap, 216.956. They've got to wave it off now. We'll see what they do, but he fell off very badly. You were right, Derek. Something terribly wrong.
In deep trouble. Davey Hamilton is deep trouble. It sounded as if it was misfiring when he went by here, but look at those speeds. Wave it off. Davey Hamilton is not going to be in the race with this particular run here, and Davy Jones is next.
Davey Hamilton still keeps the car on the line, dials it off the fourth and final turn and onto the front stretch at Indianapolis, though we watch for a yellow flag to see if they will wave off the run, and they do indeed. So Davey Hamilton has waved off the run, and the qualifying will continue here at Indianapolis with Davy Jones being the next ready to go.
And it's the same off turn 4. Still hasn't picked it up enough for comfort.
Down the grandstand shadowed main straightaway, the third lap drops off to 224.949, averaging 224.994 miles an hour.
A tick quicker than Emerson and quicker than Frank Freon. This has to be a better lap. It needs to be a better lap. He's slow at the north end of the racetrack. Look at that 226. Oh, it's a tick quicker. 1 mile an hour there. Short shoot a tick quicker. This is a bit better for Davey. A mile an hour off 4. No, it's the same, but it might be just a tick quicker to give him a comfort zone. He has to take the flag.
They take the run in the fourth lap at 225.558 miles an hour. The 4-lap average at 225.135 miles an hour, and Frank Freon is bumped out of the 500 field.
Lap for Stefan Johansson.
2 attempts charged against this car. For the moment, Fittipaldi is safe on the bubble. Looking for the second lap now. 223.691. You were right, Derek. Falling off badly. Still not fast enough to make it into this field.
Stefan is in trouble when he begins to turn in to 2 and 4. Oh, he's down to 219. He is in deep trouble. He is in deep trouble. He cannot take this run because it just simply is not fast enough. He's got to go to the back of the line. No option.
His car owner, Tony Bettenhausen, has picked up, though not yet waved, the yellow flag, indicating that they would wave him off this run and leave him with a single attempt and about 33 minutes to go. There he waves the flag. Now,
oh, way slow off turn 2. So he was fast into 1 and lost all that momentum into 2. Does he pick the speed up into turn 3? No, not a good lap here. A bit quicker, I think, but nowhere near qualifying pace.
You see the bubble speed at 224.907. That's the speed that belongs to Emerson Fittipaldi, 2-time champion here. Marco Greco completes the second lap. One of the Brazilian group drops down to 221.293. Obviously not fast enough to make it into the field. Certainly not fast enough. They wave it off. So he still has another opportunity. Another car back there in line. The question is, will he have the time? 9 times the Unser family has taken the checkered flag here at Indianapolis. The third lap complete. 225.113. It begins to climb. The average 223.725. The last lap will tell the tale, and it will have to be hot.
And that first lap of 221 may tell the story, because I don't see enough speed here through our speed traps to lift Al Unser into the 227s or 8 range, which is what it'll take to bring that average above Emerson's. Al Jr. is in deep trouble.
Heading for the checkered flag, keeping an eye now on the final lap average. He has to beat 224.9. 224.907. He can't do it. He doesn't do it. Al Unser Jr. has not yet qualified. Fittipaldi is still in the field. Now what will this man, Roger Penske, do? The team has never been in this situation. 24 minutes to go. Cars still in line. Many cars still in line. They have no other car available. The C-Plan is the Reynard. It's not been as fast as the Lola.
Al Unser Jr. in the Reynard has never been fast. He used it today. It never performed. And all they can do is shake their head, because the hours and toil and turmoil of this month of May beginning to wear everybody down at the Marlboro Team Penske. Who'd have believed it?
So slowly now, Al Unser Jr. One victory this year at Long Beach, but he can't make it into the 500. At least he hasn't done so yet, and he is running out of time. On the course, Jeff Ward and Roger Penske making some decisions.
220. What will that read? 218. Oh, he drops down a little bit.
Watching is Jeff Ward. Great motorcycle champion in Supercross and Motocross. Completes a third lap at 2:23.869. But look at the average. The average has dropped down below that could take Fittipaldi out.
Oh, Jeff Ward is so close, but he's not in yet. 218 off turn 2 is not good enough. He needs to be quicker at 3 and 4. 226. Oh, he drops down. Jeff Ward's in trouble.
This is the second attempt on this car, so they could wave this one off and still have another shot at it. We keep an eye up to the north end. They do wave it off. So Jeff Ward takes the wave off. He looked good for a couple of laps there and looked like
he blew the pop-off valve off on his last attempt, which was yesterday. And now we see what turn 1 will bring.
218.691, not nearly quick enough. Now, will they stay out on the course or wave it off quickly so that other cars will be given an opportunity? That's the strategy that starts to play now. Will one owner help another? With that kind of speed, you know, you can't get the speed up fast enough. You'd need a lap over 2:34, and Roberto Guerrero, for one, doesn't want to see that.
Nowhere near qualifying speed. Nowhere near. Needs to come off the racetrack. Nowhere near it. Doesn't matter what he picks up from here on in.
The word from just up the tech line as they wave off Marco Greco is that both of Roger Penske's Penske chassis are going to be pushed into line. Cars that have not been nearly fast enough, there they are, being pushed back at the back of the tech line. Emerson Fittipaldi still on the bubble. Unser Jr. not in the show. Marco Greco waving off on the third attempt. Let's go to you.
Are there any options left at this point? He shook his head and said no, unless something miraculous transpires. But as you well know, with about 12 minutes to go, the odds are looking very, very bleak for Team Penske right now.
Fittipaldi is on the bubble at 224.907.
Davey Hamilton is in trouble here because we see a very inconsistent run. He is able to carry the speed down the front straight, but as soon as he gets to the corners, this car does not handle well. So Davey Hamilton is in deep trouble here. 2:17 into turn 3. He's not going to make it. I don't care if he does another 6 laps, he's not going to make it.
Over 2 miles an hour off the average needed to bump Emerson Fittipaldi, who currently occupies 33rd position out of the field. Conclusion of lap number 3. 2:17. They should wave this car off, give other drivers a chance. And they do. The car waved off for Davey Hamilton. So next out will be Stefan Johansson.
Same speed off turn 4, but this looks like a better lap overall.
Can he maintain the average? It looks much better. We'll take a look at the third lap. 2:25.9. He's averaging 2:25.494, and that is fast enough.
Just about 2 miles to go, and we will have no Penske driver in this race. Johansson about to knock off the double IndyCar champion, former world champion, and he has everything he needs. He just needs one more corner.
Tony Bettenhausen and his driver Stefan Johansson, they stuck with the Reynard. Worked on it as hard as they could, made drastic changes, as you heard Jan Beekes tell you, and here he takes the lap. And the fourth lap complete. And 2:25.547 takes Emerson Fittipaldi, the second and final Penske car, out of the field. Tony Bettenhausen has a car in the field. And look at the joy and the celebration for the Alumax team down there. Tony Bettenhausen, a driver himself, he's worked so hard at it. Dick Simon there, John Menard there. Everybody celebrating what is a very popular run here, but a tragedy for the Penske team. Now, Marco Greco, 2:16.
Bad exit,
turn 4.
Bad exit speed. They will have to give him one more lap to see if the new tires come up to temperature and come up to stagger and bring the speed up. But the gun has gone off, so Johnny Parsons will not get a chance anyway.
And Marco Greco's lap at 220.340 miles an hour. Not nearly fast enough. But still, he can stay on the course until they wave off or he fails to qualify.
And for sure one of those will happen, because these speeds are not fast enough. He's going through the motions, but with the first lap at 2:20, there is virtually no hope for Marco Greco to go fast enough.
Eliseo Salazar has to be breathing much easier now. Second lap on Marco Greco's run coming to conclusion. He brings it up substantially to 2:22.535, but still not nearly quick enough to take the bubble. Eliseo Salazar's speed at 225.023 miles an hour.
So part of the Brazilian bunch, Marco Greco, nowhere near fast enough. Put her away, boys. She'll be a spare car for race day. And get her ready for Milwaukee, because this car will not race.
The Gallus team has one car in the field. Adrian Fernandez, nice run yesterday. But Marco Greco, and it sputters as he heads down the main stretch. And the second lap at 2:22.535, averaging 2:21.4.
And it's over. It's over for Marco Greco.
Qualifying the 4 days of time trials is now complete. And Roger Penske's cars are not in the Indianapolis 500. This will stimulate newspaper reports around the globe for the remaining week. Many stories to come out of this. Unser Jr. and Fittipaldi are out. The field is set. I'm Paul Page for Derek Daly. So long from Indianapolis.